months. It is still likely at least a decade away from moving crude, if it ever does. But a new pipeline to the North BC coast has already stirred up an intense back and forth. Premiers from Alberta, BC and Saskatchewan have all traded barbs about the line's potential as Ottawa weighs the pros and cons of the endeavour. Tim Brooke has the latest on what this pipeline is up against.
More jabs Friday in a Western war of words.
You might want to check with the locals if you're discussing policy in their province.
This is what Team Canada looks like, that when you've got provinces that don't have access to a shoreline, we cooperate.
Premier Danielle Smith's pipeline push has gotten under the skin of BC's David Eby. Eby believes Smith's quest is premature without first pumping more crude through the Trans Mountain pipeline.
The existing publicly owned pipeline that was built to service the province of Alberta over the objections of British Columbia cost about $30 billion to build, taxpayer dollars, is not at full capacity.
Where we may disagree is I think that is the beginning, not the end of it. I want to see pipelines in all directions.
Work is being done to beef up TMX. Additives will soon speed up the moving crude, and looping lines in the route's slow areas will allow more oil to flow. It's near 85% capacity now and expected to reach 100 next year.
The reality is it will be full soon, and there are lots of other projects, oil sands projects, that could be developed that would add new production that would more than fill up that pipeline.
And when that happens, Smith wants to get moving on a new line. That's a scary proposition for some.
One of my big concerns is the threat of landslides in the fjords offshore of Kitimat or Prince Rupert or wherever a pipeline might end up that could impact the fjord waters and trigger a very large wave, essentially a tsunami.
Experts in earth sciences share worry with some coastal First Nations about the pipeline impact.
If this were to come down today, this would probably trigger a big wave, low probability, but with incredibly high consequences if it should occur.
One of the reasons, according to Eby, it's time to hit the pause button.
And Tim joins us now with more. So, Tim, let's talk about the original Trans Mountain pipeline. It was built in 18 months.
Yes, Tara, things happened just a little bit faster on the regulatory front back in the early 1950s. This time around, as we all know, if another pipeline is approved and eventually constructed, it's going to take a lot longer than that. But Premier Danielle Smith says she's still feeling good about the whole thing. She still thinks Ottawa is on board with her idea, but right now, as she puts it, the ball is completely in Mark Carney's court. Tara, she says that if things do move ahead on that memorandum of understanding, she's expecting it to happen in a matter of weeks.
Okay, Tim Brooke reporting. Tim, thank you.